Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hey, Dave. Love the show. I thought it was a pretty good weekend with the preseason game. I'm not sure about too many standouts. I mean, Schlesinger looked good. Shador looked good. The kid from South Carolina looks really good. Hopefully he can be kept around maybe the 53 or practice squad. I think he's going to be good. But for the running backs, I don't know. I seen the guy on the show yesterday. He made a big deal for that Marshall kid, but he didn't impress me. But I was impressed by the kid from the USL. He kind of reminded me, I'm not going to say he's a Nick Chubb guy or a Kareem Hunt guy, but he's kind of a bigger, like, I'm running to make contact type of runner. And he looked good. He hits the hole fast, and, he runs with authority. So I kind of liked him. Just want to hear your thoughts. Go Browns. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Pete, referring to Amani Marshall from Appalachian State and Toa Tua, I think that's how you say his name, the UFL running back. It's going to be tough for either one of them to get on the roster. And a lot of it depends on what happens ultimately with Quinshon Judkins, which we still don't have any clarity. Kevin Stefanski said, nope, nothing new yesterday with that.
Right. Let's assume that Judkins is suspended for the sake of projecting a roster. I think it's going to be tough for any of the running backs beyond Jerome Ford and Dylan Sampson to make the roster. Like my initial thought is that the third running back is not on this team. Having said that, Amani Marshall made me take notice, and it's not because he does anything particularly like special in terms of athleticism or stuff. The thing that stands out for me is he just does his job. He gets yardage you ask him to get. He's competitive. Obviously made a terrific block on the second touchdown pass from Shedeur Sanders. Those things get you noticed. And when running back coaches can rely on a guy to just do their job and just get tough yardage, that gets you a lot of leeway, and maybe that gets you to the practice squad, or maybe they feel good about him where they end up keeping on the roster. But again, I've looked around the league. I just think there's much talent out there that teams aren't going to be able to hold on to. I suspect that's going to be a waiver claim later. But still, that is one of the things watching going forward. These next two preseason games. Can one of these running backs do enough to impress? Even Trevion Henderson, I thought, did some nice things for the Browns. The former Bengals running back who's sort of operating that Pierre Strong role was intriguing.
Yeah, bigger guy who's been in the league 6 years. Do you think, we mentioned running back, and there's a lot of guys, the Browns are going to have to cut a defensive lineman that can play in the league. They have so many of them. Could you see that kind of thing where they maybe can get a little bit of an upgrade in somebody's running back that could be the third or fourth guy to place for a lineman that they can't keep?
Okay, so to me, this is arguably the most intriguing element of what's going on with this team. There are three guys that I think are really intriguing from this. Shelby Harris is 34 years old. He literally celebrated his 34th birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Shelby Harris. He's been terrific for the Browns, but Cameron Thomas and Aiden Huntington are really impressing this team. Cameron Thomas was all over the field in the preseason game, got really good grades from PFF and everything else. Aiden Huntington is a physical freak who was making tackles on kickoff and punt at 280 pounds. He was also on punt return. They love him too. If there's a scenario where the Browns decide, that we love these two guys so much that they want to cut Shelby Harris because simply looking towards the future, I could see that. Failing that, there may be a scenario where, those guys are good enough, either Huntington or more likely Thomas is good enough that a team wants to trade for that guy, and it may be a player for player swap. It may be something the Browns have done in the past where they get like a 6th round pick or something like that. But that area of the roster has been so good, and the Browns just keep finding guys that can contribute, that becomes an interesting spot for them to sort of make a play somewhere.